You know, some people actually think putting raw onions on your Subway sandwich is good. I honestly think you were dropped as a baby because I think that is a sandwich ruiner ingredient. What is going on, everybody? The Mighty Soundwave here. And looks like I'm playing Call of Duty 4 today on the map Wetwork. And it seems to me that Call of Duty 4 has a lot of inappropriate names. I mean, they have Wetwork, they have Pipeline. What's going on, Infinity Ward? What's up with that? But anyways, not gonna be talking about Call of Duty today. I'm gonna be sharing you my story of my first girlfriend, and I'm just gonna get right into it. This was back in 5th grade when I lived in Indiana, and it was a pretty fun time. It was actually my favorite girlfriend that I've had because it was just the best experience of a girlfriend. When we didn't do anything except see each other on the bus, it was just a really good thing. So what happened? I was on the bus one day riding home, just sitting on the bus, just going, yep, ready to get home to go play some dominoes, because that was right around the time when I started getting into my little domino hobby. So I was, just chilling on the bus, and I was just sitting there. All of a sudden, someone was like, hey, I'm not going to say her name, so I'm going to call her Shaniqua. So someone's like, hey, Shaniqua likes you. I'm like, really, really? So I'm like, oh boy, oh boy. This is when I had a kid voice, so I'm gonna try and talk kid voice. This is me going, oh my gosh, she likes me, a girl likes me, oh my gosh. And so I'm like, oh, does she really like me? And then I was like, So I was like, does she want to go out with me? And then some kid, I don't know who the kid was, but she was like, yeah, she wants to go out. I'm like, I'm like, well, then ask her out for me. And so some kid asked her out, and she said she shook her head yes, and then our faces were redder than a cherry on our faces were redder than a cherry, and we just sat there being quiet, just like there's that awkward moment. You just asked a girl out. This was in 5th grade, so you're kids, so it's a pretty funny thing. And then I get home and I'm like, I tell my brother, I'm like, hey, yo, bro, I got a girlfriend, and he was like, oh, really cool. I was like, yeah, it's pretty interesting. And so I get home, and I don't even think I called her on the phone that day, but I see her on the bus in the morning, and you say hey, or you don't even say anything. You just kind of look away from each other like nothing's really going on, and it's just really weird when you're going out when you have like a girlfriend in 5th grade. I don't know. There's just something weird about it, but so you do the normal thing when you're in 5th grade. I I went to school with her. We saw her at school. We'd wave and say, "Hey." I don't even know if we ever hugged. Like I just know that we with school on the bus and all that. We just said hello and all that stuff. Then on the weekends, it'd be her and her 2 or 3 friends. They'd call me, and I would be on the phone with them, wasting 3 hours of my Friday and Saturday night just on the phone with her and her friends. And I was barely even on the phone with her. I was just on the phone with their friends. So it was just a little bit weird the whole entire time. And then the week went by. I saw her on the bus, and it was cool. And this was probably the most easiest girlfriend I've ever had. The one that's had the least amount of problems, the least insane one, the coolest one. And so a week would go by, and then on the weekend again, their friends would go to their house. They'd trade off, and they would call me. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll talk. And we had nicknames and all that stuff. We were in 5th grade. We thought it was the coolest thing to have nicknames, and so after I kept trying to, I wanted to take her out to Olive Garden. I was in 5th grade, so it was really hard to do, like, go anywhere with a girl. Like, if you want to see a movie, it's just, like, tricky because your parents got to take you. I just wanted to take her to Olive Garden, but we called each other. We were cool for a while. And then I went to my one friend's house. This made me sort of like a player. And this was my neighbor at the time, and there's this girl. And then we just hung out for the day. I don't know if me and my one girlfriend were arguing or something, or we just like slowed down on talking. But I went over to the one friend's house, and we were just talking all day. And then eventually she shared that she liked me, and I was like, ooh. And I don't know if me and this other girl were arguing exactly. I can't remember. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna break up with you. Like I was a complete dick, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna break up with you. And so I think she cried. I don't remember. But I went and dated another girl for like 3 days, and then after a while I went on the bus, and then someone's like, here's a note. She's handing you a note, and I was like, okay. And then what happened was she said, look, looks like it's just causing arguments between the 3 of us when someone's dating another person. So let's all just be friends. Which honestly, I had to agree because my one friend that I went, the one friend that I dated, because the one friend that was my neighbor, me and her are still really good friends. You know, we still keep in contact and all that stuff because I met her when I was very young, and so we're still really good friends. We keep in contact. And I don't really keep in contact with my one ex-girlfriend anymore. I mean, she is my Facebook friend, but you know, it's just that way. So we just decided that we'd all be friends, and it was cool. And honestly, it was actually kind of a good idea. It was not one of those breakups where it was like, oh my god. It was a really good decision that we decided to do that. You know, you're in 5th grade, so boyfriend and girlfriends mean zero. I mean, they mean less than like high school. Actually, high school does mean something, but they mean less than like, you know, middle school and all that stuff. But you know, that was my story, and that was basically my first girlfriend. This gameplay commentary is wrapping on up. I think I wind up going I tells you right here. I go 25-7 while using the AK-47 silenced. Mighty Soundwave here, and I'm out. I like trains.